In this video, I'll rank all the 9 episodes of Navarasa. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and today we're talking about Netflix original Tamil anthology series Navarasa, produced by Mani Ratnam and Jayendra. Let's find out how it fared. Now, Navarasa is from our Indian culture and it was an interesting idea to show 9 different stories showing those 9 emotions. Now, I was wondering, will the film depict that emotion or will the film induce that emotions in the audience? And after watching all the episodes, I think it's the first one. Now, before I get into the episodes, let's talk about the overview of the series. I felt not having a constant theme throughout, it felt something was missing because there was nothing which connected any of these episodes. At least thematically. That's what we see in anthology series and films. Take Baba Ka Daigal. The theme is honor. If you have seen Love, Death, Robots, each episode is a combination of either of them. But here, each episode is just one emotion. That's it. There are no overarching themes throughout the series. I felt the makers could have challenged themselves more. Instead of this, we could have a same story told in 9 different emotions. That would have been so interesting. Or one single story over 9 episodes, but has all 9 emotions in it. Maybe something like Super Deluxe, You have all these different stories with each emotion intercrossing each other. I felt these ideas would have been more challenging and more fun to watch than just watching one episode about one emotion. Now let's get into the ranking, but spoiler warnings. If you haven't seen the series, there'll be spoilers ahead, so pause this, go watch it and come back. Also, if you find value in this video, do hit the like button so the video reaches to more people. Consider subscribing, hit the bell icon to get notifications. Also, the channel membership is live. If you want to support the channel, become a member, enjoy various perks. To know more, click on the join button. Now before I begin, warning, this is my personal opinion, this is my personal ranking, and I think the ranking may differ to every individual, what they like, what they don't like. My ranking is a mix of objective view as well as my personal view. Do let me know your ranking in the comments below. So let's begin. At number 9, the last position is Thunintha Pin, means beyond courage, which showed the emotion Vera, means courage, directed by Sarjun KM. Oh my god, this one was just horrible. I cannot believe this one was part of this series. Neither technically or writing wise, it came close to all the others. How was this even considered? And I'm not trying to insult the makers of this film, not at all. If you just watch this episode for what it is, it's a good attempt, I would say. But considering it was a part of this whole series Navarasa with such big names, this is just below average, mediocre. It felt like an insult to the armed forces. There's no research done. You can see so much amateur work. The writing is stupid, the acting is unbearable, and I would say they had a good concept. This was written by Mani Ratnam. The concept was good, having this new cadet who has to, take care of this rebel and take him to the hospital or, the headquarters. And throughout the journey, they are talking about, their ideologies and we are having this dialogue. That would have been a great film, honestly. But the execution of the film was, oh my god. The narrative is structured so badly. If you have budget constraints, if you don't have time, if you cannot do research and invest time into making this a good film, then don't be so overambitious. The whole army scenes, the fighting scenes are just so badly done. It felt like a soap opera kind of treatment. There are sudden moments where the song comes in with the lyrics and it makes no sense. The film achieves nothing for me. At so many places, the film is silly. I was just laughing out loud. Number 8 will be Rudram, which shows the emotion Raudra or anger, directed by Arvind Swami. Now for me, it was a bad film. Very surface level treatment. There's no depth at all in the narrative, no nuances. Filled with overacting. The dialogues were so cringe. I've never seen such ungrateful kids in my entire life. And I felt like there were no thought given to the dialogues also. The messaging that's coming out of the dialogues is not great. Nothing in the film works for me. Now the twist, if you want to call that, I didn't see that coming, I would agree. And it was a nice twist. But everything apart from that doesn't work for me. So even the twist doesn't work for me. And I would say this one and the previous one brings this series down a lot. Number 7th is Summer of 92, which portrayed Hasya or laughter, directed by Priyadarshan. And the first thing I have to say about this one is I didn't laugh at all. In this 30 minutes episode, I just chuckled twice. That's it. The first one is, I think they are in the principal's office and he's getting scolding, and there's this old teacher just gets up, slaps him and comes back and sits. That I found funny. And the other was at the end when the dirty dog comes to the house. I found that little funny. That's it. It was just bland throughout. It was stupid at moments. And stupidity does bring humor out. That's great. But if you really want to get absurd, go totally in that direction. It's just halfway there. That's why it doesn't work. It's quite possible maybe the film is not relatable to me. That's why I didn't like it. I can agree. Honestly, instead of the story of the principal and his daughter, I would have liked to see Yogi Babu's journey. How did he become a star? What was his journey like? And we could have explored humor through that. But instead, we are just exploring why the teacher didn't get married. Number 6 is Project Agni, which was Adbhuta or Wonder, directed by Karthick Naren. Now I know according to a lot of people, this was the best one or in the top 3, and I can totally understand why. The first thing I have to say about this film is, I would like to show you this meme. They had me in the first half. They did. Until we entered that scientist's room, everything was going superb. And then downhill. Man, it was going so good. The discussion they were having, the dialogues were written so well. It didn't feel cringe. And I've talked this before also, Indians talking about scientific stuff never looks good. I don't know why. But this film made it look good. It was nice. It was interesting. I was into it. I wish the whole film was them sitting there and talking. That's it. That would have been so interesting. It reminded me of this indie movie Man on Earth. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's amazing. And that film also, it's all about them talking. That's it. And that is so interesting and entertaining. But the moment they went into that room, oh my god, what was that room? What was this set design? What was this artistic nature of this scientist? Where are these? What was this decoration of this room? You're a scientist. Focus on the things you need for the experiment and everything, right? What is this aesthetic value you have added to this room? What is this? And where are these rich ass scientists in a country? Come on. Who's earning that much money? I'm sure no one is. Again, making it very westernized. And then they just start spitting science jargon. That's it. Everything. They talk about everything. There's different dimensions. There's subconscious mind. There's time travel. There's aliens. This is a matrix. They included everything. And the whole messaging was just a cliche story. Oh, we have to live in present. I was trying to focus on the past and the future. Come on. And then the cliche villain, oh, he wants to be a god because he got this power, I cannot control it. If you haven't seen enough of this in Hollywood or have watched sci-fi series, maybe you would have enjoyed this. This would be new to you. But I am someone who has watched a lot of these things. I love this. I love time travel. I love all these concepts. I think any Nolan fan would know all these things. So for me, just saying these things is not fascinating. You need to build a solid story around it. Give me logic behind things. But here, they just brought all of these things. The concept was really good, They had a great idea, but they had to streamline it. Don't overdo it. Stick to one thing. And I also felt like they were pitching this idea. The story also doesn't complete in itself. It's like the first episode of a big story. And I don't like that fact because all the other episodes are contained. Whereas this one feels like a proof of concept they were trying to do. And now they'll make a film about it or a series about it. I didn't like that fact. Now the fifth one is Guitar Kambi Mele Nindru, which means tugging at my guitar strings. This showed Shringara or Love, directed by Gautham Vasudev Menon. Now there was something interesting about this one. I know for a lot of people this was the worst one. It was cringe and I would agree to that. Even at the start of the film, I felt that cringe. I was not impressed at all. But slowly as I progressed in the film, it started to grow on me. Now why is that? I felt the film had this before sunrise vibes to it. Now if you haven't seen that film, it's about two strangers who meet on a train and then they decide to spend a whole night together in a strange city, just roaming around, which is very unrealistic for us, definitely. But they are in Europe, it works there. And the whole film is about them talking to each other, talking about their ideologies, what they think, how they think, what is love to them and all of that stuff, which is a good thing. Now here also I felt that, them talking, all the dialogues, it felt unrealistic because we don't expect that to happen. But I think that's what the film was trying to do. I think this was the one episode where objectively nothing is wrong, but it depends on your taste and relatability to the film if you like it or not. Now I'm a person who's not into music as well as a single, and if you are any of that, you'll not relate to the film that much. Now I definitely liked the last song, that was really good, but other than that, nothing really worked for me. One thing I really liked was the movie was saying that love stories happen, but you have to move on. You cannot be a Kabir Singh or Arjun Reddy, and cherish those moments as a part of your life. And I like that message because I believe in it. Definitely that last dialogue by GVM at the end, it felt cringy. Now the set design was really shabby. I didn't like it at all. It was really badly done. All the concert scenes they were trying to show, it was like, what? He's singing such a calm song and everyone is jumping like there's a hip hop going on. I felt Suriya tried his best, but it didn't work. Him playing the instruments, oh my god, that was... I wonder if Rick from OSR watches this film, he'll go on a rant. Prayaga Martin played it very interestingly, and maybe we find her performance weird because we don't expect women to take the first step, right? We always think, oh, boy will go propose and all of that. But here, it was her, and maybe that's why we find it weird. Maybe, I'm not sure. Really like that dialogue at the end where he says, I'll not tell you how and why, that doesn't matter. Number 4th is Idhiri or Enemy, which showed Karuna or compassion, directed by Bejoy Nambiar. Now I felt technically this film was brilliant. Really like the editing in the film. The moment where Vijay Sethupathi kills him, that's edited very well. Even the split screen was really well done. But I was trying to find out the meaning behind doing that. Maybe to show different perspectives. I don't know, let me know in the comments. And throughout the running time, I was engaged in it. There's this constant song of, man can become God going on. Again, I don't know from which place that music is from. Let me know. Definitely it had a role to play in the narrative. The song was talking about a perfect man and what he can be and all of that. Now the Prakash Star's twist was nice. Him talking to his subconsciousness maybe in the form of the person he killed. But I was trying to figure out this compassion element in the film. Maybe it was not direct meaning of it. Maybe it was in a metaphor kind of a way, but I was really confused. Now in the beginning we have a scene with the kids where they ask the question, if you kill one crow, how many crows are left on the tree? And one kid answers that there'll be 2 left. One, the dead one, and his best friend who will take care of him, maybe something like that. And I felt that has a connection to what really happened with the wife not being with his husband, and that would have saved him. Maybe that was the connection. Even that last monologue by Revathi, I was really confused because I watched the film again from the beginning to verify all the things she said, that she was hearing sounds and all of that, but she didn't go. She should have gone and saved his husband and all of that stuff. But while watching again, we never hear anything. It's just her getting anxious and constantly looking there what's happening. So I felt there was something missing, But overall, it was a well-made one. The third is Inmai, which means devoid of, which portrayed Bhay or fear, directed by Rathindran R. Prasad. The first thing I really liked was the style of this film. The set design, the architecture used, even the mood, the dialogues, the music, all of it had this Middle East or, Islamic touch to it. The film was kind of a unique revenge story. Now I loved having this jinn concept in the film and it worked so beautifully. Now I would have liked if they had kept it supernatural, that there is a jinn, but here they played it into a metaphorical way, that the sun is the jinn here. I think the fear was very well portrayed in the film, fear of not knowing anything. Now I did have some plot issues, like what did he do to the husband, because she got a call from the PA and she heard like maybe something bad happened to him, that how did that work? Other than that, I think they kind of explained things. Now Parvathy was good with whatever she got, but I was wondering why there were 2 actresses playing the same character. Like what did it add? If only one actress would have played the role, I feel that would have been a better thing. And Siddharth was really good. The second one is Payasam, which was Vibhasta or Disgust, directed by Vasanth S. Sai. Now this one was very well made. I loved how they captured the atmosphere of a wedding. The way it's shot, there were a lot of long takes. Everything felt so authentic and it felt very real. The narrative structure was very nice, how the backstory was explored. Instead of narrating it or showing it on screen quickly, it's him talking to his dead wife. And through those dialogues we understand, oh, that's the backstory. Now the story was more about the uncle and how he feels about his nephew. And he did a great job. I think it was played by Delhi Ganesh. He was really brilliant. And we also had Aditi Balan, great actress. But I felt she didn't have much to do, She was just a plot point in that sense, that okay, she's widowed and the father is upset about it. Now I saw it coming that he'll do something with Payasan because of the name of the episode and how much focus was there on it. I love the whole scene building up to him throwing off the Payasam. It was one take. And you know how the wedding food is used to build the tension up? It was well done. Now because this was supposed to be disgust, I was expecting it to be really disgusting. Literally. Something like biryani. But I guess this was not supposed to be literal disgust, more of a mental disgust, that how disgusting he is that he did that to the people who take care so much of him. Now there were 2 scenes which I didn't like. One was when Aditi Balan's character hugs the bride. It felt so off. It was so overdone. And the second was when the chef was preparing Payasam, he was telling Aditi Balan's character what is the meaning of it. And that felt very forced. Like, why are you doing it? Why are you telling her? It totally was the exposition for the audience. But as a whole, the episode really works and I really liked it. I was invested in this world. And the first one is, of course, you have guessed by now, Peace, which is Shant by Karthik Subbaraj. And he's of course the best at making short films, man. Such a wonderful film. The whole atmosphere of a war, of a no man's land is done perfectly. That war feeling, the uncertainty, that anytime anything can happen, anytime a bullet will come, that was there. One more thing I really liked was we never see the Sri Lankan army. We only hear them or see their perspective, how they're looking at it. And it's very easy to show them as stereotypical people and, evil guys and everything. But the film didn't do that. And the story was so heartwarming. It feels stupid, First going there in the middle of no man's land, then finding out it's a dog, and then getting the dog also. It may feel stupid, but it's very heartwarming. In a way, it shows the humanity of both the sides. Yes, they are fighting for something. They are against each other. But in this one moment, humanity won. And after that, everyone's back at war. And this story can take place in any war-torn area. It will work. That's how good the story is. See, I don't want to get into the why, who's right, who's wrong, I don't want to get into all that. The film is really not about that. Both sides have clear objectives. They believe in something, they believe it's their duty, and they'll even die for it. But there's this one incident where they forget all of that and choose humanity over everything, just for that 1 second. And both the sides do that, not just one side. Love the whole one take, reminded me of Family Man. Technically wise was really well done. The whole cast was amazing. Bobby Simha was excellent. Gautham Vasudev Menon, oh my god, he's a nice actor. And again man, Karthik Subbaraj nailed it. Easily the best episode of this series. The YouTube channel membership is live. You can check out different tiers and their perks. To know more, click on the join button. For latest updates, check out the community tab. So guys, that was my ranking. Thank you for watching. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed yet, check out the videos if you like them too. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.